Call Halaya Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Bashim Kakadash, and double honor to the man of great millstone, starting with the apostle and elders on down. I'd like to say Shalom in the water for pushing out this truth, also pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth through the internet. To the men and women that are listening to this video, continue watching GMS, continue studying, researching, and praying and repenting and keeping the laws and commandments to the best of your ability. The doors of mercy are closing. Get what you can get. Continue to push this truth. Whatever talent the good Lord gave you, work with it. Don't sit back and not do anything with the talent that the good Lord gave you. Also, to add to that, I'm not a member of GMS, but I follow GMS and believe that they have the 1% truth of the Bible. This is just going to be something sweet, something short, and it's not going to be too long. I was in the gym and I'm exercising, and I see a guy in a wheelchair. My spirit told me that this guy was going to come and say something to me. And, you know, when you're working out, you know, you really don't want to be bothered. But it says in the Bible that you got to be ready for an answer, to give an answer, you know, in season and out of season. So no matter what I'm doing, I have to give an answer, you know, to give this person a little bit of understanding, you know, about the Bible. But anyway, my vibe about this guy, I just wasn't feeling it. So he came and said, well, you know, mind you, he's in the wheelchair. And he asked me what church I belong to. I said, I don't go to church. I'm in the truth. I'm an Israelite. And I strive to keep Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah laws and commandments to the best of my ability. And that what all Israelites need to do, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. And well, anyway, he kind of looked at me sideways, and he said, well, don't you believe that we're all God's chosen people? I said, no. I said, I can show you in the scripture by going to 2nd Ezra 6:54, and, just to give him a little bit of information or what's, going on. So, when I'm about to show the guy, but he jumped to another a question about, well, the good Lord, he created all of us and this and that and this and that. I mean, just running here and running there. So by him running here and running there, okay, it causing me to change subject, and I'm whatever he talking about next. So I jump to Genesis 3:1, something simple about the serpent talking, to Eve, which it wasn't a literal snake talking to Eve, it was a man. So I'm trying to show him that, then he jumped to another subject. So I'm saying, this man here really don't want to get no understanding, because I'm listening to him, I'm giving him the floor, but whenever I try to get him the answer, he don't want to hear it. So people like that, like I said in Matthew 13, and I believe 13:9, and I'm gonna go to that here in a second. These people, and he's a Christian, and in the wheelchair, and as I can see, he have judgment put on him because he's in the wheelchair, and the good Lord did that, and I'm gonna go in on that a little bit, because whatever you did in your past life, you're going to carry it out in your next life. And he's in the wheelchair for something that he did, a sin that he did in the past life. But going to, let's go to Matthew 13:9. It says here, who have ears to hear, let him hear. He didn't have ears to hear because he didn't want to get the understanding. Verse 10, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And that's one thing, when we were talking about Genesis 3:1, it was, the Bible, like I said, it's written in parables, metaphors, and he just didn't get it. And he just And I was trying to explain to him, you know, but just like it said here in 10, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So he didn't have their understanding, and it wasn't given to him. Because I tried, and I think I tried maybe about 3, 4 different times. After a while, I kind of got frustrated. And I know on some of y'all brothers' videos, y'all not putting up with it. If he not hearkening to what you saying, then drop it, leave it on, move on. But in this situation here, being who I am, you know, I gave the man, multiple chances to try to hear me out. But I pray to God to give me strength to just say, forget him or forget her. If they not trying to take heed and listen, just forget about it. Move on. Going to 12. For whosoever have to him shall be given, and he shall have more in abundance. So by us having the understanding, we're gonna have more in abundance. We're gonna, Lord willing, during the time of Jacob's trouble, we're going to be protected. We're gonna be eating and drinking, as it says in Isaiah 65. Tell you what, let's go straight to it. It says here, therefore, thus said, this Isaiah 65:13. It said, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall hollow for vexation of spirit. So, this particular guy and others that is not taking heed, number one, because we all was Gentiles. We all was we all had a Gentile state of mind, and like I said, the good Lord, He chose us from the beginning. Lord willingly, He chose me from the beginning. Like I said, I'm trying to be very humble. I'm not trying to be forward and say that I'm this and I'm that. I'm being very, very humble when I talk about this here. Because like I said, going to the good Lord then chose you. I mean, you didn't choose him, he chose you. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye shall go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain, and that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. So, he gave us this truth, this understanding, so that we can be, so that we can be saved, so that we won't have to go, so that we don't have to be in hunger or thirsty during the time when Esau decided to shut this stuff down. To his elect, we'll be eating and drinking and relaxing, Lord willingly, and Lord willing that I'm and the people that are listening, we're part of his leg, that we'll be taken care of. We'll be, away from Esau's sword and his famine. So going back to, trying to see where I left off at. I'm going to start back at 13. It says here, 13. Therefore speak I to them in parable, because they see and see not, and hear they hear not, neither do they understand. This man didn't understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Elijah, which said, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people, the man in the wheelchair, heart, talking about his mind, is wax growth. I mean, it is, his mind is shot. I mean, his mind is like spoiled milk that been in the refrigerator 3-4 months. I mean, it's just gone. And their ears are dull of hearing. He didn't want to hear a word I had to say. He kept on fanning his hand in front of his face and shaking his head. He did not want to accept anything I said. And their eyes they have closed. At least at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and shall understand with their mind, with talking about the heart. The heart talking about the mind, I meant. And should be converted, and I should heal them. If that man would just, if the good Lord put the spirit in him just to listen and take in what I was trying to tell him, and just gave me a chance, he probably would have had some understanding, and probably would have went on and researched what I was saying later on. And then he would have got that, the understanding. He could have been healed of his ignorance. But he didn't want it. He could have been converted right there. Today could have been his spiritual birthday by getting some understanding of the word and accepting it, but he didn't want it. Verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And these people that have the understanding, GMS, and you have a lot of other brothers that have the understanding as well, but maybe not the whole truth, but they have some understanding as well. So we see with our eyes, we hear with our ears. We have a mind that has the understanding of the truth. Through the blessing of the Holy Ghost, through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Says here, verse 17, for verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. There's many preachers, evangelists, people that have the zeal for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, but they don't have the eyesight to see what they reading to get the understanding. They don't hear when a brother, a GMS, or whoever that's pushing this truth, they don't have the understanding. They have the eyes to see, ears to hear, and the mind to think, but no light on, no understanding. So, and also, like I said, this man was in a wheelchair. Of course, there's a judgment on him because he's in a wheelchair. Everything that is in the earth that was created in the earth was by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And also, like I said, he carry out judgment. Okay, let's go to Hebrew 9:4. I think that's it. No, bear with me 1 second. Oh, okay, here it is. Hebrew 9:27. And as it is appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment. Okay, let's go to, you will be judged after death. A lot of people don't believe that. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to find something else to tag along to that. I know I've seen it in here. Bear with me 1 second. Man, I cannot believe I forgot. Oh boy. Wow, I cannot figure out where did I saw that at. But anyway, I tell you what, let me just go to no Psalms. Bear me 1 second, please. Okay. Says here, thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou take away thy breath, they die and return to the dust. Verse 30, thou send forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth. The glory of the Lord shall endure forever. The Lord shall rejoice in his work. Going to 30, it says here, thou send forth thy spirit. Once you die, the good Lord, he order up your spirit, right? They are, which, they are created. So he order your spirit, and your spirit go back to the heavenly realm where you was created. Your spirit was created in the heavenly realm. Thou renewest the face of the earth. So as it says here in Hebrew, what is it, 9 and 24, it says here, 27, and as it is appointed unto man once to die. So when you die, your spirit go back to the heavenly realm. But after this, judgment. So going back to here, it says here, he sent forth your spirit. Like I said, you die, he sent forth your spirit, which, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth. So when you die, your spirit go to the Heavenly Father, you get judged, as it says in Hebrew 9 and 27, I believe. And then he renewed the face of the earth. So he put you back in another shell. He renews you, he regenerates you back into the earth. So that's what it's saying in verse 30. The glory of the Lord shall endure forever. The Lord shall rejoice in his work. So that's his cycle of work. You on this earth for a point of time, whatever sin, however you live your life, you will be charged on the sin that you did in this life. When you die, whatever you did, the good Lord, he will judge you on your past life. And then for a point of time, he going to regenerate your spirit into another body here on earth through your mother and father, through the seed of your father, and you will be, you'll come back into the earth as another man. Or even if you was a female that died, you come back as a female. But you come back into the earth after judgment. And whatever your judgment is, you're going to carry that out. And that man, his judgment was to be put in a wheelchair. Now, I don't know how long he been in the wheelchair, but that's his judgment. The good Lord, Yahweh Shai, loved the children of Israel. He don't want to see any of us put in hell. But since our forefather went against Yahweh Shai, laws and commandments, he turned his back on us, and he let the devil take over and rule over us, and and also we put a curse on ourselves, because in Deuteronomy 1 through 14 give you the blessing. Deuteronomy 28 and 15 through 6 give you the curses. And we are under the curses today. And the curses will be lifted off of when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the son, Yahweh Shai, will come back on the appointed time that Yahweh give him that order, give him that charge to come and gather up his elect. That's when, and after the destruction, that's when our curse is up, when we are in the kingdom. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it off right there, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Again, double honor to the man of great millstone that's out there on the highway and byway pushing the truth over the internet as well, that spread forth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And to the men and women that are listening and learning, shalom to you as well. Continue watching GMS. Continue praying, repenting, keeping the laws and commandments to the best of your ability. And keep the faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. That's the main thing, the faith. You keep the faith, everything else is going to fall in place. Shalom.